I'm actually testing out a foundation right now, and I have on some of the products, well, one of the products at least from this little section. I'm gonna have a separate video just for drugstore. This is literally like my high-end luxury foundations and concealers. Then we'll do an affordable drugstore version, and then we'll get into powders and a whole another video. So they're just gonna go up periodically in between the complexion corners for all the new products I'm trying out, including like 3 of the ones that's on my face right now. Sorry, like 5 or 6 of the ones that's on my face right now, excuse me. Anyway, so let's get into my honorable mentions, because it's me, so of course I always got an honorable mention. We can't just have a video with normal things and nice things. I have to honorably mention things, and then, you know, it's a whole thing. Anyway, so let me start with the foundations. I'll start with, like, I guess the lowest price ones and then move my way up, because believe it or not, it's like 3 luxury foundations here. Anyway, so I have the Born This Way, the original one, medium to full coverage foundation. Auntie Jackie did her thing with the shade. Oh my god, this shade is perfect. It's phenomenal. It's wonderful. It's everything. The only thing is they have a matte version of this now, so that's why this is an honorable mention, because it's not like it's a bad product or else it wouldn't have made it to the ride or die category at all. It's just more of because there's a matte one that'll work better for people with oily skin like myself when you have to do an 8-hour or 10-hour shift at work. I feel like, you know, you just need that one as opposed to this one. However, if you have dry skin to normal skin, I feel like you'll like this one much better than the matte one, which is the one I prefer. So this is a great product. It gives great coverage. It's a beautiful finish. Everything about this always looks good on my skin whenever I use it. It's just I can't wear this for a long period of time unless I really am into prepping skin, and it's like I don't have to really prep skin anymore to use this product, which is why I don't use it nearly as much anymore. I've been using the matte one, which you'll see later on in this video, because of course it is a ride or die product. So the next foundation I have to talk about is, well, I have a foundation and concealer combo. You saw this video recently. I really like this product. It's just I haven't tested it super a lot, but I liked it enough to put it in here. It's just more of, I can't say it's a true ride or die, because I think I've used this maybe 3 or 4 times. In between all the other times I had to use a whole bunch of different other foundations to review, because I'm constantly reviewing everything in the world. Okay, so it is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Wear Foundation. I wear the shade Y505 in all Makeup Forever products. And then when it comes to this concealer, I have the shade 5.1, and this is the Matte Velvet Skin High Coverage Multi-Use Concealer. So these two together are really beautiful, along with the powders that they have with this. They have a foundation powder that goes with the Matte Velvet Skin collection, and these 3 together work beautifully. Chef's kiss. Everything about them is simply wonderful. It's just a question of me only using it 4 times. I didn't want to be like, well, those 4 times I wore it was amazing, when all these other products I feel like I've worn quite more than 4 times, and I can guarantee that I feel like they've always worked for me whenever I put them on my face. This works too whenever I put it on my face. It's just more of, I haven't put it on my face nearly as much as everything else that's a ride or die, which is why it's a ride or die contender, but it's not fully in like the ride or die spot. It just gets to ride along the side until he's playing on the B team. It's like a side chick type thing when it comes to the rest of the ride or die products, and that's what all these honorable mentions are going to be considered as. So next one I have is the Natasha Denona Transfer Matte Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation. Now, I've been using this recently to wear to work, just to like use it up. Plus, I needed a matte foundation, and this was one of the few matte foundations I have. I usually have like satin to matte finishes, or sometimes I have natural finishes, but I wanted like true matte to wear to work just in case it gets really busy. This has been a really nice product, and the funny thing is when I first tried this, I didn't like it at all. But having used it recently for the last few weeks, I could definitely say it's a really nice product. It goes really nicely on the skin. It looks nice. At the end of the day, I had one of you all compliment me and ask me what foundation I had on in one of the videos, and this was what I had on. So it's a really nice product. It's just more of, I don't know, I think because I got a neutral shade instead of the yellow warm shade she had, I don't like it as much as far as tone goes, but I can fix it with powders and concealers and make it look like what I want it to look like. It's just, I'm not really into matte foundations like that, and then when I have some in this collection that you're going to see that I like a whole lot better. So that's why this is just an honorable mention, not necessarily a ride or die. It's not like it's a bad product, or else it, like I said before, they wouldn't be in here. It's just more of, there's other things I like better that I reach for better, so that's why they're saying yeah. The next thing I have is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Long Wear Coverage Foundation. Now, the only reason this is in here is because I just like Luminous Silk a little bit better. Now, this is a good matte summertime foundation. I feel like this one is way more matte than, what is it? Luminous Silk. Luminous Silk is quite oily, but I don't wear this Luminous Silk for a long period of time because I know I have oily skin, and I feel like after a while you can see my oils picking through, and it does still give a nice Luminous Silk glow. It's just, this is more of like a matte oily combination friendly version for people that look like me, and I do like it a lot. I just like the natural look of Luminous Silk just a tad bit better, so that's why this is an honorable mention. Plus, I've literally only used this foundation I think once or twice for a try on video, or did I even put this one in the video? I don't remember, but I feel like I've only worn this twice, so I can't speak too much on it, whereas Luminous Silk I've worn several times that I can speak on. So it's a great product. It's just, if you haven't noticed the trend now, a lot of these things haven't got that much wear from me, so that's why I can't really speak on them too much, which is why they're just honorable mentions and not, you know. Last one I have, believe it or not, and I hate to do it because y'all know how I feel about Mother, but it is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I wear the shade Medium Deep 26. When I originally bought this, I bought the shade Deep 29 because I figured that was going to be a shade for me. But no, Mother was like, no, you medium deep, you're not deep. And I was like, okay, Mother, whatever you say. So this is a really nice foundation. I feel like it's really similar to Luminous Silk, but I don't know. It's just something about Luminous Silk I like a little bit better than this one, which is why this is here. Plus, again, this is one of those foundations I hardly reach for. It's weird because when I have really expensive stuff, I really want to reach for it. I feel like I should save it for special occasions, but it's like we're in a pandemic, so is there ever going to be a special occasion? No. So I should probably break this out and use it more often. I plan on using it when we try on all her blushes. I plan on doing a full face Pat McGrath and just, you know, featuring the blushes. But it's a really nice product, and you will see the concealers later on here because that's actually what I have underneath my eyes right now. These concealers are bomb. They are bae. They are life. They are everything. Mother put her foot in these concealers. I just feel like, you know, she left the rest of her foot in the Giorgio Armani foundation, and that's why I like it a little bit more better than this one. Last thing I have is an honorable mention. I swear this is it. This last part. Urban Decay concealers. Urban Decay can always make me a concealer. They may not always be able to make me a foundation, but they can always make me a concealer. Like the Naked Skin, this is amazing. I wear the shade Dark Golden, and I think just about all this till they changed it up in the new foundation and concealer combination you're going to see. But they can always make me a concealer. These concealers are beautiful. I know a lot of people didn't like All Nighter. I like All Nighter. What I do is I mix All Nighter and Naked together, so that way it's not as thick, because All Nighter is quite a thick concealer, which I feel like is why a lot of people don't like it. But if you put a little bit of the Naked Skin in with it, since they're both on clearance right now, I think at Nordstrom's Rack, you should be able to find them at a reasonable price. Like I think I saw this on Nordstrom's Rack for $10, and I think I saw this on Urban Decay's website on clearance. So just mix both of them together, and it is a really nice combination. So I really like both these concealers. I like them for different reasons, but Urban Decay can always make me a concealer. They are definitely good at that. So those are just two ride or die concealers because I use the new one that matches the foundation better. But I still mix in both of those, so I'll have like 3 different concealers with this one Urban Decay foundation, just because I like their concealers that much. So I'm going to start off with a foundation I figure you didn't think would be in here, just because you hardly ever see it on my channel. But it's like when I have go-to foundations that naturally go for my skin and things like that, I like to, I don't always use them on camera. I don't always get to use everything on camera. Y'all usually want to see what's new and fresh on camera. So that's why I have a tendency to not use a lot of older things, just because this channel, unfortunately, is a channel where like y'all always want to see the latest, newest thing. And I can't go back and use other stuff because y'all just be looking at me like, oh, that's not new. So this is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation in shade DG6. And I heard the lady that made LYS Beauty actually did the shade range for this foundation, which makes sense in theory, I guess, because she has a decent shade range in her foundation, and she helped expand this shade range of this foundation. And I think it's a really nice foundation. It gives good coverage. It lasts a decent amount of time on the skin considering the type of foundation it is. Now, I've never used this as a concealer because I heard you can use a concealer and foundation, but I just use it as a foundation because I'd have to buy a different color for a concealer. This matches my face perfectly, and you know you want your under eye to be brighter. But this is a really nice product, and it's on sale quite a few times. Like right now on Ulta's website, you can get 4 times the points or 5 times the points when you buy Pure products. And this is a really nice foundation, so I would advise you check it out. I have a review on that if I remember correctly. I try to remember to link it up there. I'll try to remember to just leave the foundation playlist up in the cards, because every foundation I've ever tried should be on there. A lot of these have matching concealers, so I'm trying to get the ones out the way that don't have matching concealers, and then we can go into the ones that do have matching concealers, because believe it or not, y'all, there's a lot of them. So the next one I have is the Huda Beauty, what is this? Full Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick. Oh my god, this stick is amazing, y'all. And I'm not really a stick foundation person, but this I wear the shade Mocha 500G in all Huda Beauty foundations. But oh my god, y'all, this stick is like the best foundation she's come out with. I don't like the new Luminous one that she came out with, the pump. The original one I liked at the time because I was more into a thick full coverage type of girl. Now I'm more of a thin full coverage type of girl, but we're never not going to be a full coverage type of girl. Let's that clear right now. But this foundation stick is like the best Huda Beauty foundation product ever to exist. If you do not own it, why not? Please go grab it now. You will thank me later. This looks like your skin be better with full coverage. I don't know what witchcraft or voodoo she put in here, but I'm here for it, and you need to buy this stick. It's amazing. The next one I have, now I can't justify the price of this at all, but if you can get it on sale like I got on sale, then I would justify it. Otherwise, don't buy this. I'm not even gonna tell you to buy this. This is entirely too much for a foundation. And there's many other foundations we're gonna talk about that don't cost as much. You ain't gotta buy this. Don't do it unless it is on sale. And that is the La Mer, the Soft Fluid Long Wear Foundation. Now, I bought the wrong shade. I have 430 Chestnut, and it's a little too dark, but since I was outside summer last year, it actually should work just fine. So I'm probably going to try to wear this as much as I can in the summer, because that's the only time I can wear this, because it's darker than me. But it's a great product. It's really nice. I don't think it's $120 worth nice, but it's nice. And I got mine for 90 bucks on sale when I think Bergdorf Goodman or somebody was having 30% off sale. So that's the only reason I got it. It's nice. It's not worth the $120, but if you can catch it for $90, then maybe get it. I don't know. Next I have, let's see, which one do I want to do next? Because a lot of these, like I said, have matching concealers. So I'm trying to grab the ones that don't have matching concealers. And then I'll show you what concealers I use with them because they don't have matching concealers. But is that pretty? Okay, so next I have the Shishedo Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. I wear the shade 510 Suede. This foundation is amazing. I like this one better than the newer one that they came out with. This one is just the perfect one for me. I absolutely love this stuff. When the first time I tried it, I was like, yes, okay, I can see you're a contender. I can see you're going to be a ride or die right now, because it refreshes and sets itself. So if you have an oily skin like me, that is definitely helpful because you don't have to worry about a lot of oils peeking through. Of course, oils are going to come through if you have oily skin, but I feel like this is a great job of touching it up. And then they have like a foundation powder you can put on top that really just makes everything perfect, flawless, and everything that it should be. And when I use this, I have a tendency to want to use one of these two concealers. So I'll use the Marc Jacobs Extra Shy Caffeine Concealer and Foundation in the shade 330 Tan, or I will use the Hourglass, what is it, Vanish Concealer in the shade Maple. So these are the two concealers I like to use with this foundation, and they just look beautiful together. I mean, this is a ride or die concealer. Y'all know from the first time I got it, I told you I really liked it. I've been using it quite a bit. And with this one, I have certain foundations I use it with because I don't actually like the Vanish foundation that they came out with. And my mom broke my Vanish foundation stick a long time ago. And since I have so many foundations to choose to, I was like, I will not be buying it again. So, and then with the recent stuff going on with them, I'm definitely not buying it again. But I really like these products together. I like to use this with a lot of different foundations, so I just really love the tone of this concealer. I think it's a gorgeous tone, and then with the right yellow powder underneath, I feel like it just gives me the brightness I like. Like the brightness I have underneath my eyes is the brightness I generally like. I know some people like it toned down a little bit more, but I like this amount of brightness, and I feel like this concealer is great for that. And then I can just use a subtle powder and it'll still look this nice and bright, which I really love about it. This one I just really like the coverage on. It's nice and smooth and creamy, and it gives you a decent amount of coverage. So that's my thought on all three of these products. They are simply amazing, and that's why they are ride or die things for me. Is there any more stuff that I don't have matching concealers to? Well, yeah, there's a couple more. I left the matching concealer to my NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Macao. I usually use the shade Walnut with this, and then I'll take the cream soft matte concealer in Amand and put that underneath my eyes, and then put Walnut on top to get the brightness that I was just talking about that I get from the Marc Jacobs concealer. But this right here is amazing. I had this on, when did I have this on? I had this on, I think when I did the Zendo video. This is the foundation I had on, and it looked amazing. This is a great matte summertime foundation that I'm going to use, and I'm doing this video too so that when the summertime comes, you all know what my favorite matte foundations are. So I have to do a separate summer video on like summer skin and all that, and I'll retouch on that in the video in the future telling you all about it, so that you can just go to the Complexion Corner playlist and watch it there. But this is a great foundation. When I first tried it, just remember that this is a liquid to powder foundation. So if you do not like liquid to powder, do not buy this. This is self-setting and powder. But you don't have to use as much powder, which is one of my reasons for liking it. Because if you got to rush out the door, you can put on, I can put on like the Dior no powder on top of it, and I know that won't be a lot, and that this has already set itself for the most part. Or I could use the like Luminous Silk one and add that on. It won't need as much powder. So that's what I like about foundations like this, to set themselves. The Kat Von D Self Portrait one is actually a really good one as well, and it's only 18 bucks on the clearance rack, and this sets itself with powder. So you can use one of those simple pressed setting powders to set on top of foundations like this, and then you don't have to worry about using a whole bunch of powder. And if you have to rush out the door, set it with that, spray your faces, put on your highlighter, blush, bronzer, and go. And you don't have to spend time trying to set in loose setting powder. So in the summertime, that's my plan, to save time, and when I have to go somewhere and do something, we're going to be using a whole bunch of pressed setting powders. The last foundation I had that does not have a matching concealer, because I swore I had a matching concealer here, but I think I took it home because I wasn't really using it that much. This is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. Now, I know people don't talk about Cover FX anymore. I don't know why, because all their products are really nice. Like, I don't know why people don't talk about them. This foundation is amazing. I have the shade G90 here, and then at home I have the N90. I actually prefer the neutral over the golden one from them, believe it or not. So what I'll do is I'll use this foundation, and then I'll use the neutral concealer to get that balance that I like, and vice versa. When I'm at home, I'll use the golden concealer, and then I'll use the neutral foundation. So I need to actually bring that concealer back here so I can use it with this foundation. But the concealer that goes with this is fire. Like, these together are amazing. Then you could put it with their loose setting powder, which is also another wonderful product. I know my girl Faye loves that powder. She loves the matte one. I use the perfect loose setting one, but she uses the matte one. She brags about how wonderful it is. So it's like, they have some really great products, and I feel like they don't get enough attention. Their natural finish foundation that Jaclyn Hill used to rave about is really, really nice as well. I just brought this one to show you since this is their newest release. I know they left Sephora, so I feel like that's why a lot of people aren't really like checking for them, because like they're not at Sephora. And then I don't know if they still sell their stuff at Ulta either. So, but this is a good foundation. I definitely think you should try it out. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Cover FX makes amazing things. They make more than just those little blush things and like the gripping face primer that they came out with a while ago. But that's just me. Anyway, the rest of them I have are going to have matching concealers to them. So I guess I'll start off with the luxury ones and then go down to the more like high-end affordable things. I have Dior. So I have the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I wear the shade 6N. And then I have the Dior Forever Skin Correcting Concealer in the shade 4WO as Warm Olive. These two together look absolutely stunning. These are the things I use this in the video with the powder, and then I have this powder in shade 6N, so it matched. But this concealer, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I had this concealer on with that NARS foundation in the video you all saw, so you got to see it in action. You just didn't know. But these products, amazing, amazing, amazing. I feel like this is a great color correcting concealer because it gives, again, that brightness. If y'all don't notice, I love this yellow brightness underneath the eyes, and this does a great job with that. And since this is more neutral undertone, it just brings brightness back to the face. So these two together are definitely a match for me. So I have to throw all the stuff on the bed because there's no space around where I'm sitting, and if I set it on the other side of me, they just slide off the bench because of the material on the bench. So the next one I have is, of course, I told y'all you would see this later, Giorgio Luminous Silk. I wear the shade 11.75 in this one, so I have 11.75 in the Power Fabric I showed you as well. Oh my god, this stuff is amazing. This is like one of my all-time favorite foundations. I used to think people were like over-exaggerating and raving about this foundation until I got it myself. And shout out to Beautydealsbff as usual, because I got this foundation for $34. Now mind you, we all know it's $64, but I got it for $34 because of Beautydealsbff. So if you have not subscribed, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you haven't gone to this woman's Instagram page and clicked to follow her along with the notification bell, because you gotta catch the deals when she puts the deals up immediately, because everybody else got their notification bell on and you behind, and then you gonna be without the deal. The next thing I have is the Power Fabric Concealer and the Luminous Silk Concealer. So I wear the concealers in 8.75. So this is 8.75, this is 8.75. This one came out before Luminous Silk, believe it or not. I like this one, of course, better than Luminous Silk just because it's called Luminous Silk. So you ain't getting that much coverage underneath the eyes. So what I do is I combine both of these. So I'll start off with Power Fabric to give me all the coverage that I need underneath there. And then I'll put Luminous Silk in the middle of the eye after I put on some more Power Fabric because I'm just extra when it comes to concealer, and I need to be extra because honey, the lines and the wrinkles just, yeah, no. So I like both of these to combine together. I always have to use both of them together, whether I'm using the Power Fabric foundation or Luminous Silk foundation. I always use both of these concealers together. But honey, a concealer that I mean a foundation I feel like is definitely worth the hype, that has lasted throughout the years of having hype, is this foundation. I am here for it, and I've only had it, I think, like maybe this would be my second year owning it, but I definitely think it's worth the hype, just 100% truly and honestly. The next one I have to talk about, I talked about earlier in the video, is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. So this is a 24-hour undetectable super long wear foundation. Yes, that is definitely true. I put this on and then I tried a powder, and oh my god, y'all, my face looked so wonderful after the fact. I also have the matching concealer. This is the one I use to spot conceal my face. I use the shade Maple underneath the eyes, and then I use the shade Spice Rum to spot conceal on my face before I start putting on foundation. So these are staple products for me, especially when summertime comes. I will be all over this foundation. We spot conceal with this, and then using Maple underneath the eyes, and then I'm going to try their Peach Perfect foundation to set the rest of my face to see how it goes, especially when it gets to be those hot summer days. But right now I've just been enjoying it for when I have to go to work, and it's amazing. The funny thing is, when I first tried this, I didn't like it as much as I like the NARS one. Now I think I like them about equally after having worn it for a full 8 hours at work, and it just holding up and doing everything for me. So I am so glad I got my hands on it. I was gonna get my hands on it though, just because I do feel like Too Faced does do complexion as a general rule pretty well. The only one I feel like they dropped the ball on was that Born to Glow foundation, but you know, like, I think that's what it's called, or the Too Glow, the one in the watermelon container that came with the Tutti Frutti collection they ended up getting rid of. I didn't like that one at all, but I have oily skin, so I mean, did we expect me to? No, we did not. So the next thing I have is the Urban Decay Stay Naked collection. So of course I have the concealer and I have the foundation. My foundation is 70 WY, and then my concealer is 70 WO. So I got warm olive in the concealer and I got warm yellow in the foundation. These two are a great match. I told you all I use the other concealers with it though, so it's like I'll start off with this one underneath the eyes, then when the second go round I'll do like the all-nighter and then put the naked mix combination with it, so that way I can just use those up because they're kind of older. But on its own, this one and this one will do you just fine. We all know I'm just extra when it comes to concealer, so I'll be trying to use all the concealer so I can get rid of products quicker. That's just my method of project panning, if you will, and I feel like it works pretty well, and I feel like my face always looks nice as a general rule. So if you got extra concealers, maybe you want to combine some of them. Like I used to do one just to highlight my face, and then I used to use one underneath the eyes. So that was another way to use up concealers, because I'm always trying to find a way to use up concealers because I have 500 million of them. But these two on their own will be fine for you. This foundation looks really nice on the skin. It's natural, matte. It says it's a weightless liquid foundation that wears up to 24 hours. And then this concealer is really nice for color correcting underneath your eyes and getting done what needs to be done. Just like the Dior one I showed you that's a warm olive. This is just a deeper warm olive that's closer to my skin tone. And I like both of these products very nicely. Now I want to try them with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Powder now that they came out with a setting powder I could use. So we'll see how those go. Okay, y'all, we only got 2 more brands to talk about. So I have, of course, my concealers. I have the Pat McGrath, what are these called? The Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealers. I have the shade MD20 and MD23. So when I originally bought these, I bought MD23, and then one of you all recommended I tried MD20, so I have both of them mixed underneath my eyes today, and this is how they look. These concealers are amazing. Mother did think with these concealers. I told y'all I wasn't necessarily feeling the foundation, but Mother killed it with these concealers. I am absolutely in love. I definitely need to be breaking these out and using them more often, because I usually only try to use products with other products that they go with. So it's like I haven't been using these concealers like I should, because I usually only try to use them with the Pat McGrath foundation. But I'm thinking about trying them with the Giorgio Armani one, but I really love their concealer on its own. So it's like I'm gonna have to find some something to put these with. I'm thinking about trying them with the Shishedo one, like the new one, because I feel like it'll give me more coverage, and that foundation is of a lighter coverage. So we'll see how that goes. But the point is, these concealers are amazing, and that's how they got to be in this video. Like, you see how they look underneath the eyes. Like, it just looks blurred and nice and flawless underneath there with my nice little yellow powder. So mother in these concealers is a chef's kiss, and that is definitely one of my favorite complexion products from her. I like her setting powder as well, though. I know a lot of people didn't, but I was quite impressed with the setting powder and absolutely loved it. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. Last one I have to talk about. Yes, we have finally made it to the end. Bravo if you made it here, because honey, I was tired of talking, so I figured you was tired of hearing it too. How about that? But yeah, so we got Rare Beauty. So believe it or not, I heard a lot of people didn't like the concealer, or some people didn't like the foundation. I actually liked both. I got the shade 450 in. I'm trying to remember, it was a YouTuber that I watched the video on to find out what shade I needed. I don't remember who the YouTuber was now. I feel bad because I used to follow her and everything, but I don't know what happened. Anyway, I have the foundation in 450 in and the concealer in 430W. These are the 2 shades she picked out, I believe. Or I think she just picked out this foundation shade and I picked out my own concealer shade. But anyway, this foundation is amazing. Like, when I have this on my face, it feels like there's nothing on my face. I'm so serious. I feel like there's no concealer, foundation, nothing's on my face. Like, I'll touch my face by accident not knowing that this is on here. That's how good Selena did this. Selena did that. Okay, I just need to give her props. She did that, because I was skeptical like everybody else, like, oh, Selena Gomez coming out with a brand new makeup like all the other celebrities. Okay, this ain't about to be nothing. It ain't about to be on nothing. I'm not really concerned. But then I saw too much mouth talk about it, and I was like, oh, okay, hold up. Let me go grab. Let me go snatch, and then I did. But anyway, those are all the brands I had to talk about, and I was pleasantly surprised by that. And all the other things I tried. For the most part, some of I knew was going to be on point, and other ones I wasn't sure about. But those are my thoughts, and those are all my favorite ride or die foundation and concealers when it comes to high end. So I lied. I had forgot some concealers I was supposed to include in here that I had left on the bed. So I'm going to just go through them real quick and then let you watch the video if you're concerned or curious about this product. So if y'all remember, I had tried the, the LB, which used to be the lip bar quick concealer, caffeine concealer in the shade 4.00. So now I want to test this and get some Marc Jacobs one, since it says it's a caffeine concealer and the Marc Jacobs is a caffeine concealer. So let me know if y'all interested in that. We can definitely do that. I'm gonna put that to the side and probably film the video and just, you know, like whenever this goes up, if anybody seems to be interested, I'll put it up. I'll probably put it up anyway, you know what I mean? But you know, it's a really nice concealer. I think it works really nice. It's kind of thinner than the Marc Jacobs one though, but I do feel a caffeine rush when I put both of them on. So how about that? Of course, I have the UOMA Beauty Woke, what's it, Stay Woke concealer of the shade Brown Sugar T2. This concealer is amazing. I didn't really like the foundation that much, which is why I didn't feature it, but like this concealer, honey, she did it with this concealer. This concealer is life. This concealer is bae. I even like the weird ridges on the applicator. I thought that was like a unique situation or what have you, but this concealer is extremely nice, and the coloring on it is just so beautiful. The last one I have to talk about, which I didn't think I was going to like, because the colors online looked really weird. I felt some type of way when I saw them, and I was like, I don't know. But this is the iconic London Seamless Concealer in the shade Deep Tan. Look how weird that looks in the bottle. Like, it don't look like it will work on somebody my skin tone at all. But y'all really like the video on this, and it's actually a really nice product. I'm thinking about getting the, what is the sheer bronzer that they have, but I want to get it at Ulta, because Adriangameover got mommy a gift card to Ulta for 25 bucks, and it costs 25 bucks. So it'd basically be like I got a free bronzer, and I'm definitely here for that. But it's not in stock there. It's only in stock at Sephora. So I'm trying to debate if I just want to go ahead and get it and try it and see how y'all feel about it and see how we feel about it or not. But now I'm actually finished for real. I'm really done. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. Do you all have any of these as your ride or die products? Let me know down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember, y'all are diamonds. Okay, bye, girl.